Hi there, I'm Dr. Celina Phillips from California State University, Chico, and I am a professor in the College of Agriculture, specifically within the Animal Science program. And so Audra has invited me to share a little bit about how I became a professor and kind of talk about a little bit about what I do during a day and those types of things. And I will say that I absolutely love being a college professor. It is the perfect career for me. I feel like I've been blessed to be in this path and get a chance to interact with college students every day. And so a typical day is kind of like you expect. You know, we have classes, we have office hours, and prepare for labs, those types of things. But on the that's only a fraction and like maybe half of what I do. On the rest of my time, I serve on committees. I am working and trying to do things to help the betterment of our college and our animal science program. And I serve on committees for the university. I'm engaged with industry groups like California Wool Growers, and I help oversee the sheep unit at the university farm. So there's a lot of aspects behind the scenes. I also do research and work on research projects and grants and manage student employees and things like that. So university professors tend to be very busy people, but always remember, we are here because we love students. And that is my favorite part of my job, is my teaching and advising. By no margin, it's easy when that's my favorite thing to do. And so in order to teach at a university, we do have to get some advanced degrees. And so my career path is a little far-reaching, I guess would be an appropriate word. And I grew up in western Nevada, in Fallon, Nevada. Family had alfalfa hay, sometimes corn, depending on what crops were cycling that year that Dad decided to grow. Angus cattle. I had a small group of sheep, and so we sold range bulls and alfalfa hay. That's kind of was our income stream. And so I'm the youngest of 5 girls. I've always loved livestock, animals, hay production, feeding, and so I discovered that I could go to school to do some of that. So I was going to be a high school ag teacher. That was my first dream, that or driving semi-trucks, because I love like hay hauling and cattle hauling and stuff like that. So needless to say, university professor was never even on the radar of something I could do. And so I went to Modesto Junior College, judged livestock, used the time at Modesto to get my residency in California so it could be a little bit cheaper for my education. And when I was looking at 4-year institutions, I just fell in love with Chico. It's still close to home and all of that, so I was able to move up here and judge and on the livestock judging team and get a great education, and honestly opened so many doors for me. Because I remember being like almost a senior, right, somewhere between junior senior year, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to teach high school. Oh no, what am I going to do with my life? And that's when I got a word about an opportunity to go to graduate school, which I had never thought of. I didn't think I was smart enough to do grad school. I was like a 3 GPA, you know, and I could do schoolwork. I just had to sit down and focus at it. But to do grad school, coach a livestock judging team, and earn my master's degree, the only hiccup was it was at the University of Florida. So I was like, that's a little far move for a girl from western central Nevada. But I wound up going down there, and I wouldn't change it for anything. It was so exciting to just be in a production system that is about as opposite of what I grew up in as possible. And so it was a whole new production system, different crops, different forages, different livestock in terms of adapted to that subtropical environment. And so in going through that master's and coaching a judging team, I was teaching a class or two, I discovered that that's where I wanted to be, teaching at a university, which means I had to go on for a PhD. And I feel like a glutton for punishment on that. But as I was exploring graduate schools, I wanted to be in the middle U.S. where livestock feeding's big. So I wound up at Oklahoma State University, and they also are the only school to offer a PhD specifically in animal nutrition. And so all of my advanced education is in beef cattle nutrition, specifically forages and how livestock and forages interact together, how it affects production, those types of things. And so loved my time in Oklahoma. Great place. Feel really blessed to have an opportunity to have a little of the high desert Nevada perspective, the California ag perspective, and then getting the southeastern and Midwest kind of a feel of all these different things. I've really had a chance to be exposed to a lot of production systems, and that's been exciting. My first job when I got out of Oklahoma State was actually at Colorado State in animal sciences. I was the state youth livestock specialist, so I really love working with 4-H and FFA kids and that type of a thing, but I know that I want to be teaching the college students, so it was a perfect blend of all of that. And honestly, wouldn't have given that job up other than an opportunity arose to come back to Chico and teach. It's my mentor's position, Dr. Wes Patton, and to teach the animal nutrition, feeds and feeding classes, sheep production. I also teach a forage crops class and advise and be really engaged in hands-on learning. A lot of the bigger universities, because of size and research focus, they've had to step away from hands-on activities as much as we're able to do here at Chico. So that's what brought me back to Chico since I've been here. I advise students, teach classes, do research, and engage with the community wherever I can, and that keeps me plenty busy. And so if you have any questions about Chico State, feel free to reach out to me, and have a great semester.